Hello everybody, us hairy game lords this evening have been playing this, Furtherance. What did we think? Find out. Bearded Lady here, and yeah, first of all, I have to say, when sitting down to play this game, I was a bit like, what's this about? But just check out this board. It may not be to everybody's taste, but actually, I really enjoyed this board. Look at that. Nice bold colours on there. You've got 4 different locations where you will start off from. Check out the Ice Palace. That is proper cool. I have to say, a little part of me was gutted that I wasn't sat around this side of the table to be this. I started off in my thingy. I was in this tree fortress. But yeah, as you can see, there are 4 locations. This game is for up to 4 players. And yeah, there's a whole load of different things that you can do. And that, in essence, actually, that is... I'll let somebody else, Pete, explain the rules better than I will. But in essence, there is a lot of things going on in this game. And it feels like a really great kind of family or gateway game into all of the wonders of our hobby in board gaming. There is this kind of engine building mechanic, so if you want to, you can play this game through peacefully, and you can just build up your victory points in front of you from building different buildings, recruiting different people. Or if you want to be a little bit more kind of like take that, you can venture out onto the board with your troops and attack each other, as well as attacking the different castles as well, which is obviously Dave the Grey did and encouraged me to do so, which I also got involved in that as well. You can also then build up a defence for your castle, so that when people come out to try and attack you, you can defend your castle better. But yeah, there's so many different things that can happen in this game. But yeah, it still feels quite light, and it still feels like you know, just kind of this fun and very kind of gateway-ish game into this. So yeah.
So what I liked about Furtherance when I read up about it sort of in advance of playing was it had a number of kind of mechanics sort of listed out on there that are ones that I really enjoy. So I love games with markets. I love the opportunity of buying lots of different things, each of those giving you different benefits, choosing which ones you're going to go for. And usually within a market mechanic, you also have a kind of digging mechanic where you can go to the pool and grab some extra stuff and have a look through stuff that people can't see because it's not laid out. This has got that too. So there's lots of really nice mechanics in there. So what are we buying? Well, you can buy... There are all these items, so you get lots of different options, things like potions that when you're being attacked, you can remove some of the damage that's been done. There's an invisibility cloak, which means you can attack, but they can't get you back. There are some really nice extra, so that's all about the take that fighting stuff, but there are some like mini quests almost in the item deck. One is Excalibur. Basically, if you take this, costs a lot, you place Excalibur onto one of your units, you move your unit out, and basically if you get into the water in the centre, you're going to get a victory point, which whilst you've got Excalibur and you get out there, that might be the victory point that takes you to the 6 victory points that you require for the win. So it's cards like that that you can maybe dig, find, and then hold on to and use at just the right point to be able to snatch a victory. When if you've got 5 victory points and you just need that one extra, this is one way to find it. Where do you get most of your victory points? Well, one of the key places is in the buildings. So you can buy a building. I like the way that this is kind of the engine building mechanic. So you've only got 1 or 2 actions. We played with 2 workers to start with. We kind of played the easier learning option. And those 2 workers can do 1 action each, basically. And one of those can be to buy and start a building. When you start a building, you pay the cost. They're 4 coins. you put one hammer on, and that will then require one more action to remove the development hammer there. But some of these buildings, some of them are about giving you extra money when you gold mine, some are about healing people that are unwell, some give you kind of protective walls around your castle, but there are some, like the Grand Park, that gives you 2 victory points. So you could have a Grand Park and a library and you're halfway to the win, but it's going to take you 24 coins and it's going to take you 7 lots of development. So what do? Well, you might buy yourself, or you might upgrade one of your workers to be a builder. That means it's cheaper to build and you build quicker. So there are lots of different ways that you can either build up your kingdom to get victory points, or you can go out and defend your kingdom to keep your victory points. And it's balancing all those different strategies that where this game actually starts to shine. I've played it twice, and it is starting to develop. It's one of those where I really, you want to know what all the different cards are, because that'll give you a whole load of different ideas as to different ways you can build your strategies towards winning. Really, really like the way that the mechanics intertwine in this one. A really nice game. So, thumbs up for Furtherance from me.
Hi, Dave the Great. First impressions, really like the board. It's very bold, in-your-face graphics, very, for an old fogey like me, it's very reminiscent of sort of 80s fantasy cartoons, or sort of Adventure Time if you're slightly more modern. So I really like that side of things. And the other thing I really liked about it is it's not particularly hard to learn. It's quite sort of the first step up from your very basic games. So there's a market, there's some take that, there's a little bit of engine building, there's a little bit of worker placement. So it is sort of that next step up before you go sort of full Twilight Imperium on your 13-year-old child. This is probably the perfect game to go for that sort of next level. And for us sort of old folk, it was quite a nice sort of laid back, not having to think vastly hard, which is possibly why I lost, actually, because I wasn't thinking too hard and I was just having fun attacking Pete, because that's what I do. It's a lot of fun, is attacking Pete. Normally I'm more successful. This time I was just like building stuff, throwing it at his castle, losing them, while Pete was actually doing stupid stuff like getting victory points and winning, and all of that fluff that sort of goes alongside gaming. Why do I lose games? I don't understand. Bizarre. But anyway, a lot of fun. Check it out. Something a little bit different. Thumbs up from me.